welcome back to our course Database Management and System. So our today's topic is set operations in SQL. In previous lecture we discussed about inner join operation as well as the outer join operation. Now today we are going to discuss about what are the different set operations, or you can say set operators in SQL. So first of all, what are the different set operators, what are their use, so that we are going to discuss. As well as we are going to discuss what is the difference between set operator as well as a join, when you should go for a join operation and when you should go for set operation. So set operators are used to combine the information of similar type from one or more than one table. So previously we have seen, in case of a join operation, what we are doing, whenever we need to fetch a data from more than one table, at that time we are going to use a join operation. So join operation is mostly used when you need to combine a column wise data, but suppose you need to combine two table based on a row, at that time set operation is useful. That means it is used to combine a information of similar type. And set operator is very much similar to join, but there is a difference. So I told you in the last we are going to discuss the difference between join operation as well as the set operation. So in short, you need to remember, set operators are used to combine the information of similar type from more than one table. Okay, so what are the different set operators available in SQL? One is a union, union all, intersect and minus. So these are the various set operators which are available in SQL. So in detail we'll discuss what is the use of union, union all, intersect and minus along with the example. So this is a simple diagram which gives an overview of all these operators, union, intersect and minus. So in case of union, you observe that it returns a data which is present in first table, second table, as well as the data which is common in both the table. But intersect operator will returns a data which is common between the two table, whereas minus operator will return a data which is only present in first table but not present in the second table. So one by one we'll discuss all these operators. So first we try to understand what are the properties of set operator. Okay, we know that one thing that we know about set operator is that it is used to combine a common data from more than one table. So what are the properties that we need to follow? There should be equal number of column in the projection of each select statement. What is the meaning of it? For example, suppose I need to find name of a person having highest salary, and I need to find a name of person having a lowest salary. So these are two different problem statement. One finding maximum salary, another finding the minimum salary. But in that case I need to display employee name along with their salary for maximum. Similarly, in case of minimum I need to display employee name along with their salary. So these are two problem statements. So we can execute this individually, so we can get the individual output. But suppose we want to combine both the output, then in that case we can use union operator. So in that case, first property is that there should be equal number of column in the projection. That means here you can see here select ename comma sal. That means there are two attributes are there. In this case also select ename comma sal. Two attributes are there. That means there should be equal number of column in the projection. Suppose here three attributes are there, ename, sal, comma job, and in second SQL statement we have only two attributes, ename and sal. So this is not allowed. So that is the first property you need to remember before using set operator, is that you should have equal number of column in the each query. Okay, so that is the first property. Second property is that corresponding column in each select statement must represent a same domain. Same domain means what? Their data type should be same. First thing is that number of attributes should be same in both the select statement. Second, all the attribute should have same data type. That means corresponding column in each select statement must have represent the same domain. That means here ename is a character type, so here also we required ename as a character type. Here salary, suppose data type is number, so in this case its data type is supposed to suppose its data type is char, it is not allowed. That means sal attribute in first query is of type number, and this sal attribute in the second query, suppose its data type is character, this one is not allowed. That means both these two attributes should have common data type, that means same data type. Suppose this sal is of type number, then this sal also type of number. So, but in this case this sal is number and this sal is a character data type, so this is not allowed. So that is the second point you should remember about a set operator, that corresponding column in each select statement should have same data type. Okay, now the third is that column in each select statement must also be in a same order. Now we have seen number of attributes should be same, their data type should be same, and their sequence also should remain same. Suppose in this case first sal then ename, and in the second query first ename and then sal, this is not allowed. So it should be in the same order, like that, ename comma sal, ename comma sal, this is allowed. That means their sequence you cannot change in the select statement. So this is a third property that you should remember about set operator. The next one is order by clause cannot be used with every query, but it has to be added at the last. And last property is that where clause having clause group by clause can be used with a individual query. So these are the few properties of a set operator that you need to remember before using the set operator. Now one by one we will discuss all the set operator. Don't worry about this, we'll see the execution of all this query with the help of live SQL. First of all, we just finish the theoretical part. So first set operator is a union. So what is the use of union and when you should go for union? So union operator is used to return a data which is present in first table or in second table or present in both the tables. So at that time I am going to use the union operator. So let's we take an example. Suppose I have this T1 table and T2 table. In T1 table I have one attribute name, in T2 table I also have attribute name. So in case of T1 table I am having 5 rows A, B, C, D, E, and in T2 I have A, B, F, G, H. So suppose I need to combine a data from both the table T1 and T2. Can I do this? Yes, I can do this with the help of union. So how to write a query? Select name from T1, union, select name from T2. So in that case what union operator will do? It will combine the data from both the table, but it has some property. It remove the duplicate value in the output. So in this case if you compare A and B, these are present in T1 also and T2 also. So in my output A and B is present only once, but it is not repeated. But in T1 C, D, E is there, C, D, E is there, and in T2 F, G, H is there. So I have written in the output. So you need to understand properties for union operator. It remove the duplicate value from the output. So in this case A and B is not repeated. Second, it sort the data in the output. So here you can see your data is sorted in a particular order, say in a ascending order. That means union by default remove the duplicate values as well as it sort the data in a ascending order, and it has low performance compared to union all, because in this case we need to discuss about two things, two set operator. One is a union set operator and second one is a union all. So there is a difference between union and union all. Union will remove the duplicate data from the table as well as is sort the data, whereas union all not going to remove the duplicate data and it also not going to sort your data in the output. So this is a major difference that you should know about union and union all. So I hope you understand the concept of union. Union is used to combine the result set from two or more select statements. Okay, now next we'll see union all, how union all will works. So just I told you the difference between union and union all. So again here we'll discuss same example. Again I have table T1 and T2, and now instead of applying union I'm going to apply union all operator or union all operation. So what change will be there in the output? In the previous case in union I got the output A, B, C, D, E, F, G, H. So in this case A and B is repeated, which is removed. But in case of union all, you can see that A, B, C, D, E, A, B, F, G, H. That means what is your observation? Union all help us to combine the data present in both the table. That means it is going to append a data. It will append the data of T1 and T2. First of all, A, B, C, D, E, and then A, B, F, G, H. So it has appended a data of T2 into a T1. So what are the properties? It does not remove the duplicate values. Here you can see A and B is a common, but it is not removed by union all. A and B is repeated. Then it does not sort the data in output. It has not sorted the data, means it has data sorted in first table, but means it has not sorted data in the output. I am talking about output. Here you can see your data is sorted in the ascending order, but in case of union all, data is not sorted. It's just only append operation. This is a data of table 1 and it is appended with the data of table 2. So it does not remove the duplicate. A and B is duplicated. It does not sort the data. It has not sorted the data in specific order, but it has high performance as compared to union. Why is it so? Because in case of union operator, two additional operation need to be performed. One is a removal of duplicate and second one is sorting of data. But this is not the case in case of a union all. In case of union all, these two operations are not there. That's why we can say that the performance of union all is better as compared to union, but it's totally depend on situation. Suppose your result wants that duplicate data to be displayed, then you should go for union all. But suppose your requirement is that duplicate data is not to be displayed in your output, then you should go for union. That means the condition or the that performance is going to vary from situation to situation and depend on requirement to requirement. So I hope you understand the difference between union operator and union all. Now the next operator is intersect. So what is the use of intersect operator? So first we understand with the help of Venn diagram. Here you can see it returns a data which is common in both the table. That means it will not return a additional data. It will return only data which is common in both the table. So let's take an example. So again we consider same two table T1 and T2, but here instead of applying union or union all, we are applying intersect operator. So what output we get here? This is the output. So what is a common data which is present in T1 and T2? A and B, these are two rows which are, these are two value which is common in both the tables. So in the output you find A and B. So what are the properties of a intersect operator that you need to understand? It remove the duplicate values. Though A and B is present in table T1 and T2, but in the output it is present only once. That means it remove the duplicate value as well as it sort the data in the output, because this data is represented in a ascending order A and B. So this is the thing that you should know about intersect operator. This is again very simple operator, and this is same as that of set operator you learn in the discrete mathematics. In discrete mathematics you have this use this operator, union, intersect, set difference. So all these operators are also present in the SQL. So I hope you understand the concept of intersect. Now the next operator is a minus, or you can say set difference. Why I am not calling it as a set difference? Because I am here targeting Oracle database. In case of Oracle database, set difference operator is represented by minus. That's why here I am considering it as a minus, but actually it's a set difference operator. So what is the use of set difference operator or minus operator? It returns a data which is present only in the left hand side table, but which is not present in the right hand side table. So that is what a use of a minus operator. So let's take an example. Again we consider the two table T1 and T2, and here instead of applying union, union all or intersect, we are going to apply minus operator. So let's see what output we get. So we got the output as a CDE. So can you guess why I got this output? Because C, D, E are the value which is only present in table T1 but not present in T2. And here you can see it returns a data which is only present in T1 but not present in T2. That's why I got the output as a C, D, E. Suppose I need to display the output F, G, H. So what change I should make in this query? So here select name from T2 minus select name from T1. Means I need to change the order. Okay, I need to change the order in order to get the output as a F, G, H. So what are the properties of minus operator? It also remove the duplicate values in the output and it sort the data in the output. So these are the two properties which are common to minus operator. So this is what the use of a minus operator. So I hope you understand the concept of union, union all, intersect and minus. Now at the last we need to understand what is the exact difference between join and set operator, when you should go for set operator and when you should go for join operation or join operator. So in this case you can see this blank table. Why I have shown this? So this is what a concept of union. What I told you, that union is used to combine the rows. Union is used to combine the rows of the table, whereas join is used to combine the columns of the table. For example, I have two table, for example T1 and T2, and in this case I am going to perform union. So union operator is going to combine the row. Here you can see roll number, name, marks of the student. Suppose I consider two table, student and student 1 table. So in student table we have three attributes: roll number, name and marks. In student 1 table we also have roll number, name and marks. For example, student table represent the marks of student in exam 1, and this second table represent the marks of student in exam 2. Now suppose I need to combine the marks of the student. So whether it is possible by using join operation? No, it's possible by using union operation, because union operation help us to combine the rows of the table. Okay, so here you can see in the exam 1 table we have 2 rows, in exam 2 table I have 2 rows. So in my output total 4 rows are there. That means union operation is used to combine the rows of the table, whereas this is a concept of join, where we have two table. One is a employee table and second one is a order table. So in that case, suppose I perform join operation, then it will combine the columns of the table, means rows as well as the columns of the table. So here you can see in my employee table 3 attributes are there, in my order table 3 attributes are there, but in combination I have 5 attributes. That means the CID is present in employee and CID is present in the order. So that duplication is removed. So at the output I have only one CID, then name, address, OID and the amount. So here I need to only explain you that what is the difference between set operator and join, union operation and the join operation. Union operation is used to combine the rows, whereas join operation is used to combine the columns of the table. So I hope you understand the concept of set operators in SQL. Now we'll see execution of all these commands with the help of live SQL. Okay, now let's see the demonstration of all these commands which we have seen with the help of live SQL. So as I told you, the common properties of a set operators. Okay, so here my problem statement is I want to display employee name along with the salary of a employee having a highest salary. That means I need to display employee name and highest salary of an employee. This is problem statement 1. Second problem statement, I need to display employee name and salary of those employee which is having a lowest salary. So these are two problem statements, so I can execute it separately. Here I can show you the result. So here King is the name of an employee who got highest salary as a 5,000. Now I want to get employee who is getting lowest salary. So I am executing both these queries separately. Now Smith is the name of employee and its minimum salary is 800. So I can execute this in separate manner. Now suppose I want to combine both the result. Okay, suppose I need to combine both the result, I can do it with the help of union operator. So what I will do, I just execute this command combinedly by using union operator. So here you can see I got the output King, employee name is King and highest salary is 5,000. Employee name is Smith and lowest salary is 800. So in this way you can do this. Now we discuss the property. What is the first property? That both the select statement should have equal number of attributes. So here you can see equal number of attribute is there. Suppose here I am going to add one more attribute, whether it will work or not. Suppose I going to add one more attribute from employee table such as a job. Now in my first select statement 3 attributes are there, and in my second select statement I have only 2 attributes are there. So whether it is allowable or not, let's check. So I just select the query and execute it. So here I got the error, query block has incorrect number of result column. Why this error will occur? Because in first select statement I have 3 attribute, and in second select statement I have only 2 attribute. That means in case of set operator we want equal number of attribute. So this is the first property. Second, their data type should be same. Okay, now let's check. We know that the data type for the sal is number, and now here I just make this data type as a character, so whether it allow or not. Now in this case, what change I make over here, in this first query, sal attribute is of type number, but in query 2 sal attribute is of type character. So whether it allows me, so let's check. Just I select this statement and try to execute it. So I got the error, expression must have same data type. Why this error occur? Because in first SQL statement salary attribute is having data type number, but in second SQL statement this salary attribute having a data type was a character. So this is not allowed, which I already told you, that it should have equal number of attribute and their data type should also be same. Now the third property is that their sequence should be same. Their sequence should be same is what? In first SQL statement, what is my sequence? Ename and sal. And in my second SQL statement, suppose I made a change, first of all sal, then ename. Whether it allows me, though number of attributes are same, their data type is same, but their sequence is different. So whether it is allowed in set operators or not, let's check. Just execute this. So here we got a error, expression must have same data type. So in this case cross match is there. That means we should have same number of attribute, their data type should be same, and their sequence should also be same. So I hope you understand these properties of a what set operator. Now just we have taken an example to illustrate the concept of union. So I have created two table, say table T1 and T2. I just display the data of table T1 and T2. I just execute this query, select star from T1 and select star from T2, in order to display the data from T1 table and T2 table. So this is the content of T1 table and these are the contents of T2 table. Now suppose in order to demonstrate union operator, okay, so we know that what is the use of union operator. Union operator will return a data which is present in first table, second table, as well as in a both table. So I just execute this, select star from T1 union select star from T2. So here I applied union operator. So let's check what output we get. So here we got the output A B C D E F G H. So here we know that what is the common data present in T1 and T2. A and B is common and rest of the data is different. So in case of union, duplicate values are removed as well as data is arranged in a ascending order. Now suppose I need to show duplicate data, because A and B is present in T1 also and T2 also. Suppose I need to show duplicate data also, so instead of using union I should go for union all. So let's check. So in case of union all, you can just observe A B C D E, A B F G H. So A B is repeated, that means union all does not remove duplicate value and it is not going to sort the data in specific order. So that is what the use of union all. So in union all, sorting is not there and removal of duplicate is also not there. Now next one is intersect. Suppose we want to know what is the data which is common in both the tables. So we know that A and B is a common, so this is output of intersect operator. We got the common data which is present in table T1 and T2, that is A and B. Now next operator is a minus operator, or you can say set difference operator. I told you earlier that in case of Oracle, set difference operation is represented by minus. So what is the use of minus? It returns a data which is only present in left hand side table but not present in a right hand side table. So let's just check what data is present in T1 that is not present in T2. Just we check over here. So here we can see CDE is only present in T1 but not present in T2. So let's check whether minus operator will give me that output or not. Yes, we got the output CDE. Why I got this? Because CDE are that value which are only present in T1 but not present in T2. Now suppose I need to represent a data which is only present in T2 but not present in T1. So only change I should make over here, I instead of T1 T2, and here instead of T2 I am having T1. So in that case I will get a data which is only present in T2 but not present in T1. So what is the data? F, G, H. These are the value which are only present in T2. So while using minus operator, you should be very much careful that on the left hand side it returns a data only present in left hand side table which is not present in a right hand side table. So this is what a demonstration of set operators in SQL. So I hope you understand the concept of set operator. You will understand when you should go for set operator, when you should go for join operator, what is the difference between set operator and join operator. So all these concepts are very much useful whenever you are appearing for interview. So I hope you understand. So here we will stop. In next lecture we discuss more topic. Thank you.